Hey guys! What a week it's been. What a week. It's an odd place for that guy to be standing. There's nothing out here. Literally nothing out here. We are currently in Oregon. Cabbage is straight ahead, like 7 miles ahead. And but obviously we're not in the blue truck anymore. And it's also a daylight video. What the hell is happening, right? Well, I got a new truck. Gave that Kenworth back. I didn't feel like dealing with, even though it was a warranty work, dealing with the transmission starting to leak. Less than 200,000 miles. So I figured they can have it back, and I'll get this truck. I got this truck with 900 miles on it. Now it has 3,900. So yeah, like I said, this is the second trip it's on. It is half brown right now. The very first trip was like 2,400 miles. And holy shit. I went through a blizzard. Went through about, oh god, let's see here. That blizzard was about 200 miles and took like almost 5 hours to get out of. Obviously, if you do the math on that, I was averaging about 40 most of the trip. So that's not bad. That's not a bad pace. There will be a clip I'll probably add, like just give you an example, like what I drove through. Obviously, the camera's gonna make it not appear as bad as it was. Well, when I call something a blizzard, it's a fucking blizzard. It's not these Texas guys that aren't used to snow, and it's like they see it. You can see through the snow, and they're like, oh no, it's in a blizzard. But I'll probably throw in that clip right after this. But yeah, it hit the blizzard. And let's see, what else did it do? Half of Nebraska was snow and ice, because that trip started in Arkansas. Russellville, Arkansas, the Tyson plant. So the first day of driving, first 10 hours, it was a little wet in spots, but it wasn't bad. Other than that, though, then I get into Missouri. Started hitting some strong winds. Not a problem. Tyson loads are heavy, so not a problem. It wasn't the heaviest Tyson load I've had. It was high 30s, but it still put me, high 60s. And then soon as we literally crossed into Iowa, that storm, that front that went across, last week, yeah, I ran into that. And that was, it wasn't non-stop, like whiteout where I couldn't see very far, but it was like every other few miles. It would go from, alright, I can go 40, 50 easily, I have vision, I have like good about 200 to 300 feet of vision. So all of a sudden now I can't see more than 50 feet in front of my hood. I mean, it was strong crosswinds the whole time. It was 40 to 50 crosswinds consistent the whole time. So that was an issue. Came across a ton of cars and trucks that were off in the ditch. I had no intention of stopping to help them or see if everybody's alright. Because some of these guys had, some of the trucks in past, they dropped off the road. Like this one guy, when he was slid off the road, I guarantee you, he fucking shit himself. Because he had a 9-foot drop. Like that embankment, the ditch, it went down a hill. So there's a bit of a drop to go off the road. Because you ain't going to go right off the road and immediately roll down that hill. He dropped. Guarantee you, he needs some new drawers. But yeah, then I got to Nebraska. highway name? 2? Highway 2 going up into Lincoln? Sounds about right. Thank God it was fucking early in the morning, like 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because that road was icy. I did have a little bit of fuck up and I misjudged a spot of ice. I almost had the slowest rear end where I almost like, I'm literally like trying to brake for this light and I'm only going like 1 mile per hour, but the truck didn't want to stop. It was just like, I ain't gonna stop. And then it stops like 4 feet from the other truck. I was like, dude, that's fucking, it's like sucks. And you're like, you're not doing anything wrong, but it doesn't want to stop. It just doesn't want to. Luckily it stopped. It finally grabbed. But that was, yeah, and then that Warner guy that was behind, that was what I almost kissed at the slowest speed. No damage would have happened. No damage. Not even scratch. Like if I hit that guy, god damn it. There would have been no scratch. It would have just been a hilarious like little tap. I don't think he would have. He probably would have felt it, but nobody would have done anything about it. That would have kissed him like 1. That dude was, oh man, he was just going unreasonably slow too. I mean, like, I say that after I just said I was like, that one spot was not how the roads were generally. Like, they weren't that bad. It was just that one little spot, that one light. I think what was happening is like it had some moisture the day before and it melted and then it refroze, so it had like an extra like coating of like water. Yeah, we're going up Cabbage right now, so the engine is screaming up here. It's a little windy too, so I'm hugging the outside line. Last time I was on this road, when I was going back, I was empty, and it was, I don't know what the fuck was going on with the wind. With that trip too, I either had strong crosswinds, which are 40 plus, or fucking 40 plus headwinds. That whole trip. So that whole like 2,400 mile trip, I got fucking jack shit from MPG. I probably averaged like 5. I could barely hold 6. And I was struggling to get any MPG in it. So yeah, that trip cost me an extra filler. Man, that's gonna hurt. This truck isn't broken in yet. Diesels usually take a little bit of time to break in before they start getting you back your good MPG. But I still don't want that Kenworth back. Yeah, Kenworth rode great. It was comfortable. I still have to. The problem is what I'm at with these seats right now is that to break them in. So right now they're pretty much hard. They're hard as a fucking like concrete bench. They're starting to get broken in. I noticed the difference already. They're starting to get broken in. It's just, it needs to hurry up. But they're also not as wide as the Kenworth, so, which is alright, whatever. There is something about that Kenworth that I will miss, like the auto leveling seat. The Kenworth, when you get in there, you'd sit down, the seat would lower, and then it would raise back up. This, it doesn't do that. But this needs to like act like it has an air leak, or slowly like will just over time will lower itself. I don't know why. It acts like it has an air leak in the seat, but it doesn't. That flatbed guy has got to be heavy, because I'm gaining on him, and I'm going 36, and I have about 33 in the box. Ow. I don't know what, like, I get these things called food costs. I don't know if you guys like understand what that means, but like when I eat something, especially dairy, when I eat like dairy, like ice cream, creamy stuff, it like coats your throat and stuff, and then I gotta like cough to clear it off. Oh man, my body's controlling me too. For some reason, I go through these periods where I don't sleep very well, and it usually lasts like a week to 2 weeks, where I'm getting like an average like 4 or 5 hours every day of sleep. So it stacks up, and then like last time that happened, I fucking slept for 19 hours. I woke up like, what the fuck, where am I? What time is it? What day is it? giant headache. It felt like my head got crushed. No, I felt good. I woke up good, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, this guy's going 31. He's got lumber, it looks like. I got apples.
Bitch, you just jealous of my Super Saiyan swagger.
Thanks, Vegeta. I got a lot of apples. This load started, where did it start? I started in, Quincy, Washington. That was my first pickup. This was a two-stop pickup load. And then went down to Yakima. It's 20 pallets, but the first stop put 14 on me. The second stop put 6. And I'm a little rear heavy, even with my tandem split up. I mean, I'm not like heavy on the rear. It's only about 1,000 pounds difference. Which, if it was shitty conditions, I'm perfectly happy with the distribution. Because I'm like 32.7 on the drives, I'm like 33.5 on the rear trailer. I mean, I can tell. I've noticed the weight. I've gotten really good about noticing where I'm heavy, just by the way the tractor pulls it, or the way it bounces. Like you especially notice it in bouncing. But well, I mean, I'm hoping this truck treats me good. The Kenworth, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kenworth's a good truck. Was a good truck. Other than that transmission issue, I liked it. This pulls better up hills. To be fair, this has the 15 liter. That Kenworth only had the 13. My last when I stopped at Cheyenne on the last load, I could have easily got over 700 miles. Because this truck does this governed 70. This truck isn't the 70 like the other truck was, but this actually does 70. So I could easily got about 730, 740 if I ran my full clock and then leave an hour and a half. Because I stopped with like 650 miles done. So you know, if I drive another hour, when I have an hour and a half left, you know, there's let's say 705. Assuming I average like 60, so there's 705, you know. So yeah, I could have easily done over 700 miles. So just I would have been the first. That Kenworth, I would have to milk the clock down to almost single digits to do 690. They would only do 68. We're pretty much at the top of cabbage now. I'm hoping that the wind noise isn't too bad for the last truck. It's just mounted in a different spot. And so you don't see the full mirrors, you see the corners of them. Oh, my ears are popping non-stop. Oh, I just did a reset too. I didn't need one. I have about 38 hours left of my clock. I did a reset early because I could squeeze one in. So I was able to get the reset in before I picked up this load. Which also means now I have a full clock and this load is 2,800 miles. So a full clock to dump. I'm going to dump about 1,000 miles from this trip onto last week's. Which is going to be nice because that means I'm going to have 1,700 to start with this week. I should easily hit mid 3,000s on both. So I'm going to have some good paychecks. And since I'm not going to be battling headwind, this is the trip to start this week, I said head on. I'm calling shenanigans. But since this 1,700 miles, and I'm not going to be battling headwind, I should easily take home, this week, about 1,600. Easily. Because one fill up of this, since I already filled up I filled up already today, and today's Monday the 8th. So, yeah, so since I filled up, this fill up is going to go on last week's. stoppage. Yeah, but when I was like, I want to see some snow, and then I'm like, Mother Nature's like, all right, you want some snow? We're gonna give you real winter now. We're gonna give you fucking non-stop winds, headwinds out the ass for half your trip, crosswinds for half your trip, and you can have snow for about a third of your trip. Yep. I didn't ask for that type of snow though. I asked for snow. I didn't ask for winds. I like my vision. Yeah. I was hoping to get up today around 11. But my body, I went to bed last night at like 0100, thinking I was going to get like 10 hours sleep. Fucking joke's on me. Joke is on me. That's not what happened. Ooh, it's fucking cold up here. Yeah, temperature just dropped 12 degrees. 12 degrees it just dropped. So it ain't cold up here. Thinking I'm probably gonna take I-80 through Wyoming, Nebraska, then drop down since I'm going to Virginia, then drop after Nebraska to 70 and then to 64. Sounds about right. Probably what I'm gonna do. You know what I like seeing? So Washington's average fuel cost, or average price of diesel, I mean, was about $3.20. I was able to fill up. My truck was thirsty. Like it took 160 gallons. I was able to fill up for $2.20. Thank you, Umatilla. So yeah, Umatilla exit 1, straight across from the way station. Crossroads. It was $2.20, so it cost. I pretty much saved 90 cents. 90 cents to the fucking dollar, or a gallon, I mean. Yeah, there's flurries up here. What the shit? Yeah. Motherfucking flurries up here. Truck's gonna need a bath. It's gonna need a bath pretty bad. Alright, well, guess I'm gonna go, in this video. Got some other things to work on here soon.